chica. You've already seen videos from the other two. I am a wife and a mom of two girls who actually want to say hi. You can come say hi. That's Ariel.
Hi, I give mommy shifty eyes.
Gabriela, sweet. So today I want to share with you a recipe for Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts is one of those vegetables that in movies they like to say that they're yuck, right? And so my kids watch movies, and so when I say let's have Brussels sprout, they say yuck. Well, we were so blessed. We got radish kids from our school, and so we made them, and they were yum. Awesome. So we want to share that recipe with you because Brussels sprouts are good for you and they're a good vegetable and you should eat it. Why not add to your palette of vegetables and add something that is good? I mean, it has bacon and maple syrup. I mean, how wrong can you go with that? So come to the kitchen and I will show you how to do it. Look at the ingredients. This is 1.5 pounds of Brussels sprouts. They're bathing in some vinegar and water until I need them later. And here's 1/4 cup of olive oil. Well, that's the recipe. I think there's a little more in that, but you know, olive oil is good for you. Mediterranean diet, they say. So here we have 1 teaspoon of salt. The recipe calls for 3/4 of a teaspoon, but last time I made it, it just needed a little more salt. So I'm adding more. Here is a repurposed cup for my medicine, from my kids' syrup, but it's very clearly marked 5 mLs for 1 teaspoon, 15 mLs for a tablespoon, so it's been repurposed for the kitchen. Here I have 3 tablespoons of maple syrup and my own addition of about 1 tablespoon of butter. Butter would burn the Brussels sprouts when I roast them, so that's why olive oil I think is better for that, but I wanted some of the sweetness of the butter. We'll melt it and put it at the very end. And the final ingredient is bacon. Everything is better with bacon, right? So this is pre-cooked bacon to make my life a little easier. You will need 6 slices of bacon. You can put more, you can put less, but that seems to be a pretty decent amount of bacon for what we're going to be using it for. So, let's see and start cutting those Brussels sprouts. I'm slowing this down to show you that I'm putting that 1/4 cup of olive oil into the bowl, as well as the 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm doing that so that the Brussels sprouts can start soaking into that oil goodness. I'm also going to add that in the recipe it says to have the Brussels sprouts, but I 1/4 them. And I also cut the tip of it. When you look at bigger cabbages, you know, you cut the hard part. I know these are small, so they're not as hard and tough as the bigger versions, but I do believe that they add dividends to the flavor, being incorporated well in the smaller size, and by removing those tips. So it takes a little longer, but I think it's worth it.
I'm gonna see if you can crack all of these Christmas riddles.
Where'd you
I come
find
with
them?
many colors, so beautiful and bright. I turn so many houses into a beautiful sight. What am I?
Lights.
Either wrapping paper, Christmas tree sand, Santa's workshop, or Christmas lights.
Christmas lights.
I'm a catchy carol and a tune which likes to rhyme. I contain 12 different gifts that come around Christmas time. What am I? Joy to the world, we wish you a Merry Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas, or Jingle Bells.
12 days of Christmas.
I get chopped, decorated, and on one end you'll see wings on top. What am I?
Christmas tree. Figure that one
I
out.
didn't read all of it. What do you look forward to that's filled with stuff and that looks like a giant person's sock?
Like a stocking.
Yes!
Here I have some extra Brussels sprouts that were extra, so I'm giving them a bath, and I'm gonna cut them later and freeze them. And now we're gonna give it a nice mix. Get all that oil and salt in every single piece so that they look so bright and green. They look beautiful. And this is called loving on the food. I'm gonna be doing that for a while, but I think that makes a difference between good food and mediocre food. What do you think? So now that it's had a nice massage and it's been relaxed, we'll put it on the pan. I'm gonna stick it in the oven, 400-degree oven, for 25 minutes. It takes 25 minutes. Is less time than the recipe says, but they're a quarter, not halved. So there you go. They're ready. They look beautiful. So now we're gonna get the Brussels sprouts into the bowl. Gonna lift that foil. Try to do all of it at once instead of using a spatula and taking a long time. There you go. And now I'm gonna use this foil to warm up the bacon. It's good to reuse things. We mess a lot of things in the kitchen anyways when we cook. Might as well save ourselves some time. So that goes into the oven to warm up, maybe for 10 minutes. And now we're going to use the melted maple syrup and butter. I'm gonna pour it over the cooked Brussels sprouts. And now we're gonna give it a stir, a good stir, so that we get all that goodness into every single piece of Brussels sprouts. My mouth is watering. So there you go. Here's the bacon. It's more cooked than most people might like it, but I like it burned. So now we're gonna give it a nice chop. Chop, chop, chop. So that it's nice in small pieces so that every bite of Brussels sprouts has a little bit of bacon in it. And into the bowl it goes for another stir. And now we're gonna pour it into our dish that we're gonna take with us to our family dinner. Yum, yum.